And as we come to all fours, just moving some energy now. Movement through the spine. Could be cat-cow. Or maybe getting into the side body. The gallbladder channel begins in the side of the face and travels down the whole side body. So it moves energy from the triple heater, triple burner pathway, in the temples and the jaw. It wraps around the side of our skull. And we can lift up now into down dog. It travels through the trapezius, so the big upper shoulder muscle, down into the side ribs, and then into the IT band and the outer calves and ankles before it drops into the fourth toe. So we can just meditate on the side body pathway here for a couple deep breaths, relaxing the temples, the face, the neck, the jaw. And then we'll walk back, Uttanasana, and folding a little deeper. You can bend your knees. Think about draping the spine, releasing the spine over this fold. And here's where we can work in a connection to the bladder meridian now, beginning with some awareness of the little toes and the outer ankles. So even though this is a practice to harmonize hips, we work with gallbladder yang and liver yin, we're still addressing the back body, the bladder pathway, as well as the front body, spleen, stomach. And then shared with the liver, we also have the kidney and the spleen. The spleen kind of wraps all around. So having an awareness of all of the meridians, all of the pathways, as they help us go deeper into our hip openers is helpful. I'm just doing a little bit of movement here, just kind of waking up that covering over the hamstrings, some gentle bends and extends through the legs. If you wanted acupressure anywhere that feels tight, bladder 57 and 58 is a good place. Underneath the calf muscle, bladder 63 and the outer ankle. You could massage that. Another point that's really nice is bladder 10, just right here at the nape of the neck. As we hook in there, it's very close to gallbladder 20 and 21. Maybe just hooking in here and pulling the skull out and away from the shoulders. A few more deep breaths. And release, rise to stand, inhale up. And exhale. Hands heart center. We'll bring our feet together and inhale our arms overhead, right thumb on top, squeezing the palms together. We'll inhale, lift up even more, look up. And then just gently bend over to the left. Extending through the right side body. Breathing down into the liver. Try to keep the legs strong and active, kneecaps lifted. Pressing down to lift up. Now cross the left foot up and over to the right. Press into the right hip. Bend the left knee. Drop the left hand down and send the hips even deeper. You can look up. Maybe pull a nice stretch into gallbladder and the jaw and the neck. You can look down. Just send 3 deep breaths into the right side body. And change. Inhale up, left thumb on top. And exhale over to the right. So pulling on the left wrist subtly with the right hand, sending the hips to the left. Legs are strong. Try to lengthen the entire side body, not just the waistline, but also the side ribs, the IT band, even the side of the neck and the jaw. Legs are strong, active. And cross right leg over, pressing hips further to the left. Try to drop the breath down into any tension that you feel as we keep reaching. And change. We'll reach up, a gentle front body opener now. Hands can come to the deep back of the sacrum. Or you can extend the arms back. Think about relaxing the front body. And fold. You can split your feet apart a little wider. And then we'll walk ourselves forward. Inhale, exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, back, downward dog. Looking to our hands now, we'll step our right foot forward. Low lunge. Sinking down. And into this stance. We can press into the toes of our left foot. Engaging the back of our left leg, sinking deeper. Or we can ground down through liver 3. Inhale the left arm up, and now reach over to the right. Deeper experience of opening the left side body now. Right arm can stay on top of the right leg, or it can reach down for the floor. Keep squeezing the back of the left leg, the glutes, the hamstrings, pressing into liver 3, deepest breath. And release. Come down inside of your right foot, lizard, forehead to the floor. Inhale, down dog. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. And down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, left foot, low lunge. Hands to your pelvis, to your sacrum, guiding this lunge. Just exploring the depths. Press into liver 3 now. In the right foot, inhale the right arm up and lean to the left. Keep thinking about your breath growing and reaching through your lifted arm. Inhale more, reach more. And then exhale, try to lunge a little deeper. So right arm is energized. Deepest breath, inhale. And release. Lizard to the floor, forehead. Inhale, downward dog. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. So we're warming the pathways. We're creating heat, which allows us to melt deeper into the connective tissue, into the fascia. So we'll do it again. We'll do this a few times. Right foot forward. Low lunge. Left arm up. And reaching. Try to map as you press into the top of your left foot and squeeze your left leg. Try to map the energy of the liver up from liver 3 into the groin. And then the energy of gallbladder, the side ribs, the trapezius, and the side of your face. Reach more, breathe in. Exhale, sink deeper. Reach more, breathe in. Sink lower. One more, reach. And then twist back of your left shoulder, outside of your right knee, maybe palm to the floor. Otherwise, hands can press heart center. And now twisting a little bit more. Lift the sternum up and lift the gaze up. Maybe open the arms if you haven't already. Deepest breath. And release. Lizard, forehead to the floor. Downward dog. Inhale. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. And down dog. Inhale. Create space. Exhale. Solidify that space. Left foot up. Low lunge. Going deeper. Right arm up and over. We could think about these opening postures, this warm-up, as building the foundation, stretching the connective tissue, so that when we hold the postures even longer, we've kind of moved through that initial wall of resistance. So the liver is all about surrendering into resistance. It's helpful to think about the exhalation. Twist as you're ready. Try to get the back of your shoulder to touch your knee. Some beautiful acupressure in there for the triple heater. And then as we press the palms together, we lift the heart up. You can also open your arms up here. Try to trace and follow any sensation that you feel in the side of your face. Maybe, something kind of pulling and stretching in the temples, the jaw. Deep breaths. Feel the IT band. And lizard. Forehead down. Keep the elbows in tight. Inhale, downward. And exhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra, inhale. And down dog, exhale, feet to the edges of our mat. Now we'll walk our hands back a teensy bit, maybe a handprint or so that we can ground down into the feet. Now reach your right hand for the outer edge of left knee or calf or maybe ankle. And just pull some breaths into the liver. Twisting, ringing, and change. Other way. And walk hands all the way back to your feet, heels and toes out for Malasana. And elbows pressing into liver pathway now. Try to feel a little bit of softening coming up through the inner legs in the groin, tied to the sacrum, releasing. Keep the breath smooth and deep. You can stay here or drop yourself in a little deeper so that your knees are just gently squeezing in more toward your outer shoulders. Just create some nice compression and massage in liver 14. And notice all of the pathways again. Liver 3 in the tops of our feet between our first and second toes. Then we also have the spleen and the kidney in the inner arches. Just try to think about Malasana as a beautiful massage and caretaking of this inner yin pathway as it flows all the way up and even around to the sides of the ribs, following the energy of spleen. Now we'll go into our side body a little bit more now, so this outer hip area, as we drop our knees down and come into Gomukhasana. And we can start in all fours, crossing our right knee over the back of our left, so that as we sit back in between our feet, we have our left knee on top, walking our feet up. Hold on to liver 3 as you level your pelvis. So make sure you're not sitting too far one way. If you want to go deeper, have your feet further out away from your hips. To make it less intense, bring your feet in closer. Now we'll just gently ground energy now into the feet, pressing the feet down, softening the outer hips. And then after a few moments here, we can go deeper into the fold. So either bringing your forehead to your knee, your mouth to your knee, or you can bring your elbows to your knee and rest your forehead and your thumbs. You can also stay here and just do chin to chest. Sometimes it's nice to have a little more fold, kind of pulling the upper swaths of this gallbladder tissue as it wraps up the side body. And just try to observe as a witness. If there's any tension, could you soften something somewhere to receive it? No resistance anywhere, just being in stillness. You're welcome to stay folded. One more minute here. Otherwise, if you'd like to lift up and bring your left elbow overhead and your right hand up your back, we can add the shoulder and heart stretch here. Maybe keep that mudra and then fold. And we'll release, just bringing the legs long and in front of us for a moment. You can reach for the bottoms of your feet and then just gently press your toes forward. It's a nice release for the hamstrings and the back body. And then as you're ready, cross your right knee on top of your left one. Sometimes the second side feels a little easier. So we've been here before, We'll just again start with grounding. And you can always close your eyes. The liver really enjoys having the eyes closed. The liver and the sinews and the gallbladder all connected to this idea of information and growth and processing things. It's a very creative essence. And the liver rules all of the connective tissue. So when the liver is tight, the eyes can sometimes be really exhausted, like all of the little tendons that hold the eyes and control our eye movements are strained. They're strained. So closing the eyes can be such an ultimate way to nourish the liver, touching the pathway, grounding where you can, up through the inner ankles or the arches. And then as you're ready to go deeper, just this gentle press down, keep grounding down through the feet and folding forward. Notice how the sensations on this side are different. Keep the jaw relaxed. Another thing you can do too is work on the trapezius here. You can pinch and hold the trapezius, massage it. And just try to think about steadying the breath in and out. And a few more moments here to explore. If you'd like to add the arms, and Paschimottanasana. press into liver 3 here if you'd like. And coming forward, knees, chest, chin, cobra, and downward dog. Left foot forward, lizard. And we can do a little myofascial flossing for hamstring tissue and gallbladder fascia as we move, like drop the knee to the side, lengthen the leg back and long. Just think about, kind of testing that first initial layer of connective tissue as we move the hip. And you can go one way and then the other way, and just kind of feel everything that travels through the connective tissue, the nerves, the blood. And then once you've made some more space, we can come back into a deeper expression of lizard. So the first idea is to keep this left foot grounded into the floor. So keep pressing more toward the big toe side of your left foot. Then begin by walking your right knee back. You can stay on your palms, maybe spin your fingers back and around, or heel toe your left foot in closer and then come down onto your forearms. And you can keep squeezing this left knee in toward the outer left shoulder, warming up the liver channel. Maybe bringing your forehead to your fists or a block. And we'll stay here. Map the liver channel as it travels up the inner legs, the groin. Maybe watch your breath. Imagine your liver releasing tension from these pathways. Close your eyes. Go inside. Can we stay so still and focused on each breath? That the posture deepens by itself. We're halfway. Maybe go in just a little deeper, maybe by squeezing the left knee in toward your shoulder a little more. Imagine the pathway, become the pathway. Final minute to go. If you have any other variations, including the arm balance, if you'd like to. Just connect with the energy in a different way. Maybe working on bringing your forehead or your chest down to the floor. And then we'll take this into our pigeon. So you can bring a blanket underneath your left hip, heel toeing your left foot across your mat. And try to stay lifted for a moment and open up this front leg a little bit more. And once your hips feel level, you can check out your back leg, grounding in there. Walk your hands inside of your left foot. So walk over to the right. The first few breaths just to melt some sensation through the IT band. Try to let your left leg soften just bit by bit. The longer we stay and the deeper we go here, we can alternate between lifting, grounding. Think about externally rotating this left hip, like sitting more to the side. You can always counter twist and come over to the left and feel some sensations pulling through there. Eventually, working our way to steer our hips level, shin parallel with the top of our mat. And we could start by just grounding here and then folding forward. And just like lizard, maybe grounding forehead on your thumbs, bringing your elbows down to the mat. You can make a block with your fists. And then we'll just observe. Maybe it's really subtle movements. You can try pulling your sternum forward, feeling a nice little release, maybe flexion in your left foot. We could pretend we're in flying pigeon here, opening up some energy. And we're halfway, so a good place to check in if there's anywhere you'd like to deepen or adjust here. Maybe coming off of the cushion, and whatever we've connected with here, whatever sensations we found in the IT band, just trying to stay curious, maybe fanning out, spreading out the connective tissue of the IT band. when we hold these poses longer, we really allow our body to discover a new frontier in this framework of fascia. So really try to stay the whole time, even if, we want to get out of the pose or intense sensations float to the surface, we can always, come back, like release the intensity of the pose's expression, but try not to get out of the pose entirely. So if you're folded, maybe come sit up, put a little pressure in the IT band, bring some blood flow. You can even do some little movements in there. Just kind of imagine like swirling the blood around the connective tissue. And keep the breath moving as well. And if you do have to release, for whatever reason, if you do want to come out a little early, we'll meet up in Matsyendrasana. So just fold your left heel in and cross your right knee on top, right foot to the outer edge of the left knee, seated spinal twist here, grow the spine tall, and then twisting to the right. Remember the liver sinew and its connection to our eyes. So try to keep your chin center, like above your sternum, and just bring your gaze to the right. Just the eyes. Feeling a beautiful stretch in the left trapezius. And release, little counter twist over to the left. And just come to all fours. Take your knees wide and press your hips back to a child's pose here for a moment. That was a deep, intense series on the left side. Once you've dropped your breath back, a nice smooth rhythm, we'll meet up in lizard, right foot outside of right hand, coming into the other side now. So we work these two pathways as they reciprocate each other. So we start with our liver channel in lizard, the inner yin softening and expanding, and then we move that energy through the side body, the outer yang of the gallbladder. And just starting to think about the balance and harmony between the yin and the yang. If you want to roll some circles through your right leg like we did on the other side, articulating and exploring the fascia as it wraps and winds all through the leg. It's pretty interesting to sense even the nerves, like the big nerve that travels through our leg. You can feel that when you kind of wind around it. It's a very interesting sensation. sciatic nerve maybe. And then we'll walk back, going deeper, grounding the right foot now. So don't hang out on the side. That's too much IT band. We want to work liver on the inner yin. So squeezing the knee in, hugging the knee in. And then after we've stayed here for a long time and melted this, it makes our expression of pigeon a little bit deeper. So that's why we work to harmonize. Coming down, if you want to come down, heel toe your right foot in a little bit more, so you can bring your forearms down. And just noticing too how our body is different day to day, week to week as we practice. Try to just observe how you feel in the postures now. And try not to get too caught up in taking yourself into an expression the way you did it yesterday or the way you always do it. Just think about being in the pose the way it feels for you now. And relax and soften into the breath. And truly anything becomes possible when we have the blessing of our breath and our nervous system. Trying not to rush or force anything, but being very patient and very compassionate. Sense the body as it releases tension over time. And maybe working with a realization of the jaw being integral to relaxing and deepening into the hips, so trying not to clench the jaw, the teeth, the throat. That's just the liver trying to exert resistance. Maybe try to counter some of that with just a soft smile here. Final minute. If there are any other variations, maybe say hello to the arm balance. We will meet up in our pigeon, and you can always explore this posture on your back instead. Again, try to open up the right leg, open it up, and then see if you can press into liver 3 on the left foot. Staying lifted, or maybe folding, coming down toward your right foot. Sometimes it feels nice to rest the right temple on the right leg, or the side of your face that's the same as the leg that's lifted, so we can smooth that gallbladder fascia. And this is our longest hold in this series, in this practice. Working our way up to holding for 10 minutes. And if you can do 5 or 8 or 9.5, like whatever you can stay with comfortably, that's good enough. You can always change your expression. Maybe you come down for a little while and then lift yourself back up. Adjust the angle of your front leg or the rotation of your back hip. Remember, the adjustments we make are subtle, leaning your weight further toward a certain side or envisioning the external rotation of this right femur. Maybe connecting with the idea of the gallbladder being energy that we send down. Drop the shoulders. Relax the back of the head and the neck. Try not to resist anything. As we reach the halfway mark, if there are any adjustments you want to make to your cushion or your expression, you can do that now. Just try not to get out of the pose yet. You might dial it back, find a softer expression, but still try to keep yourself in the shape and the architecture. This is how our body memorizes that new mapping of connective tissue. And it could also be that there's been something in there. There's been some scar tissue or something in the body, and it's ready to kind of lift and spread. So imagine that too. All right, home stretch here. Stay with me if you can. meet up in Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right heel in and twisting to the left knee up. You can always tuck the back of your right shoulder outside of your knee and then pull yourself up. Chin stays center. Use the gaze to stretch this right trapezius. And release. We'll come onto our backs and just hugging knees into chest. We'll lengthen our legs up. Coming through Halasana. And then if you'd like to find lotus for our final inversion, working on lotus in shoulder stand or just working on lotus in general to open up that liver channel. You can also practice legs up the wall, Viparita Karani, or shoulder stand without lotus. And Viparita Karani, you're just a little bit more concave in your abdomen, and Sarvangasana is a little bit more upright. So you can decide. Viparita Karani concentrates a little more energy in the digestive region, whereas Sarvangasana is more lungs and throat and upper trapezius. So you can decide if your ailment with your liver is also upsetting your stomach, then you might like Viparita Karani more. But if you get tension in your upper back, in your neck, in your shoulders because of liver energy, then try shoulder stand. We'll come back through plow. And final supine twist, Garudasana. So left leg wraps around the top of our right and we drop our knees to the right and we open our arms out. And you can press your palms down into the floor a little bit more. Connection with the heart and the back body. Otherwise, palms up, you can just be receptive. Either way. Try to ground your left shoulder down. Maybe melt into the side of your face one more time, left temporalis. Down through trapezius, whole side body relaxing. And change. Right leg wraps, hips a little bit more to the right, knees to the left. And ground the arms down. And release. If there are any other expressions of movement that you need, you can pause this video. Otherwise, we'll just bring our hands up to the nape of our neck, gently pull on gallbladder 20, pull the neck away and into the skull, and then set the head back down. You can massage the occiput here, some nice release. For the gallbladder, sometimes what I like to do is put some tiger balm on the splenius here and the trapezius after I'm done getting ready, and that nice little tingly sensation, you can feel it just kind of bringing blood flow into your scalp. So that's something nice you can do. Maybe pull the forehead back, like pull the gallbladder tissue back. It kind of loops around, like it starts above the ears and then it comes up to the top of the forehead, above the eyebrows, and then it wraps back. So there's like some really nice sensation in just massaging in the middle of your eyes, above your eyebrows, and then just pressing that tissue back. You can kind of massage it into your forehead and back, massage your scalp back, and then maybe Garudasana arms. You can kind of pull the shoulder blades down into the mat. And switch as you're ready. Pulling the shoulder blades down. Imagine spreading that connective tissue of the trapezius, pulling it down your back, shoulders up and down your back. And then final Shavasana. If you want to put socks on or bring a blanket over the tops of your feet so that you protect your yin. We'll bring our left hand to our heart space now, right hand to our liver, to our diaphragm, and just observe. the ultimate deep, spacious breaths here. If you want to go deep, deep, deep into a really long Shavasana, you just pause this video right now. Float away. Try to sense your shoulder blades grounding into your mat and the base of your skull. One more little massage for your occipital bone there. Feeling your eyes getting very heavy in your skull. And then making that massage a little bit more intense, dropping all the way over toward your right ear, and then all the way back over toward your left. And just feel that beautiful massage for gallbladder fascia in the back of our head and our neck, getting in there. It's beautiful. Release, scalp massage if you can. Just bring your fingers in there, releasing anything that feels like it's holding your scalp, your jaw, your neck. And then we'll roll over either side that you like. And just rest your head in your upper arm there for a moment. And then we'll slowly make our way up. Maybe find your lotus here, just to sense in that space, liver 3, in between the big and second toes. And one more moment to appreciate our connection to this practice and its healing wisdom. We dedicate our energy now to the collective awakening of all beings everywhere. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Aum Shanti Shanti Shanti.